Sisters smile in handcuffs, thinking killing is funny. Then their wet shirt surfaces. I don't know. Again, I don't know what that means. But then again, I have to. This sounds like a very dark video. This sounds like a very dark video, but it's a short video. So let's. You know what? That's. I don't think it's body cam footage. It's more like a very short. Let's just check it out. Let's just check it out.
This is Amaya Cookie Diaz and Kitty Mia Diaz walking out in handcuffs already caught. And instead of tears, instead of fear, they are smiling. Cookie sticks her tongue out at the camera. Kitty jokes around, telling whoever's filming to stop, then laughs like it's nothing. To them, in that moment, getting caught looks like the only thing that went wrong that day. This is the chilling case of two sisters accused of stabbing a woman they knew to death in broad daylight, then quietly erasing the evidence before police ever knocked on their door. And every detail you're about to hear has been verified through police statements, arrest affidavits, court records, and surveillance footage. Prepare yourself, because what allegedly unfolded in Del Rio, Texas on June 25th, 2026 raises unsettling questions about how well you can really know your neighbors and what a home security camera ended up capturing that no one was supposed to see.
Again, I don't know. I don't like the idea of a police state, but I really think people need to start putting more cameras up. I really do. I honestly feel like that we need more of that now, especially with how more unhinged people are becoming in society as a whole, because they're losing like moral structures. They're just forgetting what it means to be like a human being, because most people don't know what it is to be a human being. They are just captivated by themselves. That everyone's a main character there, all that matters. Unless it affects them personally, it doesn't matter. And again, I can kind of understand that, but I come at it from like a different perspective where, I don't know, like for me, the way I view the world is like the rest of the world isn't important enough, you know, to influence my life, but I'm still gonna be respectful to other people, because guess what? I would want people to be respectful towards me, like the golden rule. The golden rule. The golden rule serves a purpose because, well, you just want to be treated equally. By the time this video is published, new details might have been in.
32-year-old Caroline Pena had 5 kids, 2 of them on the autism spectrum, a twin sister. Friends described her as someone who avoided conflict, who didn't start fights. The night before she died, Caroline was with her best friend, Christina Salinas. The next afternoon, Caroline called her one last time. Christina was at work. She couldn't pick up. She had no way of knowing what that missed call would come to mean. A few blocks away lived 2 sisters. Kitty Mia Diaz, 21, mother to a little boy. Her younger sister, Amaya Diaz, 19, everyone called her Cookie. All 3 women knew Caroline. That detail matters for what comes next, because this was not a random encounter between strangers. On June 25th, Caroline drove to East 10th Street to the home of a mutual friend, 21-year-old Kyandra Faz. She had a reason to be there, a reason police still haven't fully explained. She arrived first. Minutes later, a black Chrysler 300 pulled up behind her. Cookie and Kitty got out. A home security camera allegedly caught what happened next. Cookie approached Caroline holding what investigators believe was a knife. Kitty joined in, then Kyandra. 3 against 1, spilling into a neighbor's yard near a busy corner by a Sonic, one of the most traveled roads in the city. When it ended, the 3 of them walked away, leaving Caroline leaning against her own truck, injured. Her wounds were severe enough that doctors would later fly her to San Antonio. At 2:10 p.m., Caroline walked into Val Verde Regional Medical Center on her own. She was conscious. She could still talk. While doctors fought to save her, Del Rio police were already building a case, security footage, witnesses, evidence from the scene. At 9 that night, Caroline died. While Caroline was fighting for her life, Kitty and Cookie went home. They showered, they changed clothes, and they put something in the washing machine, the pink halter top Kitty had allegedly been wearing on camera during the attack. Hidden, along with the rest of her clothes, in a load of laundry. They had no idea police already had the footage. Under 2 hours after Caroline reached the hospital, officers found the sisters at home. They were taken into custody without incident, caught on camera.
This is the thing. What leads people to do something like this? Would awful parenting for sure, a lack of morals, absolutely, not understanding civil sense. There's a huge a set of factors that go into something like this. I mean, if they're adults, then they should be treated as adults and incarcerated to the maximum. Or honestly, I'm not all for incarceration. I think if people, it's gonna sound bad, but what do people do when a dog bites them? They put the dog down. Human beings should be treated the same. You should, I understand, like there should be a form of leniency for those who probably never understood anything more. Like those kids who might be being raised in the middle of a basement their entire lives, and then they get thrown out into the world not knowing how society functions. Sure, for those rare cases, you can throw them a bone being like, all right, you don't understand. You'll get incarcerated for a few years. You'll maybe get an education while in prison. There, you can do that. But for these people who have every opportunity and just don't do anything with them, it's remove them from society. I don't want to be paying for them to continuously live in a box the rest of their life. No, just remove them. Just use the delete button. Use the delete button.
Sticking her tongue out, mugging for the lens. Kitty laughing, telling him to stop filming. Neither one showed a flicker of what had just happened hours earlier. When investigators searched the house, they found that pink halter top, exactly where the sisters had hidden it, still in the washing machine, matching precisely what the footage showed Kitty wearing during the attack. Here's where the law does something you might not expect. Only one of the three allegedly had a knife in her hand. But Texas has something called the law of parties. If you helped, encouraged, or took part in a crime, you can face the same charge as the person who caused the death. That means the fatal injury legally belongs to all three of them, even though only one held the weapon. To this day, Del Rio police haven't released an official motive, but the police chief said something that reframes the whole case. All three women knew Caroline, and Caroline had a specific reason to be at that house. This wasn't random. Investigators say additional charges are still possible, though a motive has never been established. Something had been building before June 25th. Nobody has explained what. Kitty, Cookie, and Kyandra were all charged with murder. Bail was set at $5 million each, $15 million total. All three requested court-appointed attorneys, unable to afford their own.
Of course
Kitty
not. I mean, I don't want to say low-income households, but you can see just by looking at them where they fall. I mean, I don't want to be that person, but sadly, I mean, people can look at me and know where I fall on the spectrum. I don't care because I at least have a common decency when it comes to being out in public and around people. I'll never be belligerent to people because it's just disrespectful to not only the people I'd be belligerent to, but also to everyone else around. Nobody wants to be in proximity to someone who's lashing out. Nobody does. It's called being a civil. But yeah, they clearly not civil people.
One more. That pink halter top hidden in the washing machine earned her a second charge, tampering with evidence. She allegedly knew what the video would prove and tried to erase it before anyone came looking. As the case moves toward trial, Kitty will still get to see her son, even if it's through the glass of a visitation room. Caroline's 5 kids don't get that. What they're left with is a memory of their mother's smile, a different one from the smile the whole country saw in the back of a patrol car.
A lot of banger
crap. That's just insane. That's insane.
This is the chilling case.
Again, what leads to something like that? What actually leads to something like that? How out of touch do you have to be? I'm pretty sure as more evidence come out, because that happened like recently. So just like a month ago, basically. A little less than a month ago. What leads people to do those kinds of things? Like, I remember growing up, and because South Park made a joke about it, but my parents would always watch like the crime dramas. I hated watching them growing up. I hated walking out in the family room, and then there it is. They have a guy or a girl or whatever. They're having a great life, and then all of a sudden, one of them kills the other, buries the body, whatever, and then it's about finding the evidence, hunting them down, trying to figure out why, and it was just always that kind of stuff bothered me. Always bothered me, and now that I'm older, I'm starting to see it, and it's just like, I don't know how to say it, because I enjoy watching it, but at the same time, I don't. But I guess it's the same satisfaction people get driving next to like a car wreck. It's just something you see. You start rubbernecking because it's like, oh my gosh, it's so fascinating. You can't look away. And the fact that reality truly is stranger than fiction, because the things people do for like some of the stupidest reasons, like in a movie, if someone was to kill somebody for $1 million, it makes sense. But if they did a movie about someone who's going to kill somebody for $2, it wouldn't make sense, because most people's minds can't think in that way. They're like, oh, $1 million, that makes more sense. But $2 is like, why would you put yourself through all that for $2? $1 million, maybe, because all of us are kind of in that maybe section. So reality is stranger than fiction, because you're watching those videos going like, this is just insane. Like, well, why would people do stuff like this? I mean, I'm curious to find out more what possible reason they could have. But they're I'm just gonna say it, they're uneducated. They don't belong in civilized society. They probably never belonged in civilized society. They probably had a bad childhood and decided never to grow up. But you can't just blame the parents depending on their age. If they're adults, then, well, guess what? I mean, one of them had a kid. Oh yeah, they're all adults. The younger sister was 19. Yeah, they're all adults. I mean, what reason could they possibly have? What reason could they possibly have?
You guys got a video? What's so bad?
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.